Hi there again. My name is Simon Evans. Now, this is the talk to explain to you about tornadoes in England. Now, I know it's hard to believe we get 200 to 100 tornadoes in the United Kingdom per year. Now, they're actually born their life when they start around the Isle of Wight. It's here. They come from there into England, into Surrey, London, Hampshire, East Sussex, West Sussex, Kent. All prone to tornadoes. I mean, I don't know if you know about the Whiskey tornado back in the 1960s. That was quite devastating. The recent tornadoes in Surrey, there was one in that hill in 2014 on the 25th of January, caused a lot of devastation to trees and plants. People got caught out in it. Someone's car got crushed by a tree, and a big tree in my workplace at the carrier where I work in West Byfleet came down. Big old chestnut tree, really big tree. And it was just devastating that afternoon, the evenings when this sort of happened. 2 or 3 tornadoes came down, and that was an uphill tornado. And I saw my own tornado on the 4th of February around a place called Winchfield in Hampshire. As I was walking on the Basingstoke Canal, I saw it damage a barnyard, damaged it badly. It lasted about 10 to 5 minutes. It sounded like a freight train. It was pretty spooky. I took it shut onto a bridge on the canal, made of bricks or whatever, and the hailstones the size of golf balls started coming down. It was very localised, very quick. That's how they work. That's the nature of them in England. Now, this is a true story. In France, this was. One of my mum's cousins told us a story about these Frenchmen, and basically they were camping on a campsite, and they went to sleep in their tent at the night. Obviously, you wouldn't if you're camping. And then this tornado came out of nowhere, whipped them up, and dropped them in a river, and they're in their tents. They couldn't open the zip. They drowned to death in the tent. Tornadoes in France are a lot more worse than they are in England, because the landmass is bigger. The bigger the landmass, the more extreme the tornadoes can be. Our land is quite small, so we don't get it as bad as that. We get our tornadoes on the mini side of things. They're called mini tornadoes. Luckily. So you go. So that's my explanation about tornadoes. Now, you won't believe this. Now, this is the forecast for today on the 4th of April 2018. We are expecting tornadic weather again today, but the Cape has risen even more today, and there's a very high chance, 35 to 40% chance, of some mini tornadoes forming around Hampshire, Dorset, Surrey, East Sussex, West Sussex, London, and maybe East Anglia. We are at risk of seeing some tornadoes today. It's all Game of Thrones, the weather today. Anywhere could be it. Thunder and lightning, hailstones, and a tornado to boot as well. So be prepared, take care, take action. Only place you can take shelter from a tornado in this country is onto a bridge. If there's an F1, it's quite rare. But don't take shelter of a tree. That's not going to keep you safe. Or onto a table in the house. Anyway, so there you go. If you like my forecast, thumbs up, and that's a wrap.